Mr. Baba Kalyani, he joins us right now to talk about the numbers as well. Mr. Kalyani, good having you, and after a while, thanks so much for taking the time out. Put the quarter into perspective. One, how have the different segments performed? And two, a couple of your peers had to say that margin pressures would only ease going ahead, never mind what's happened this quarter. What would be your view?
I think, we were doing quite well till about June, July. On a global basis, but after July, one has started beginning to see slowdown in almost every geography that we operate in. Situation in the domestic front improved a little bit, but again, we are not seeing the sustenance in this improvement. So, although on the margin front we have maintained our margins haven't gone down. But certainly our top line has got impacted.
Right. Do you see the trend changing at all in the coming quarters? What's your forecast on the margin front?
We expect pressure on our top line, especially exports, for the next 2 quarters, because we are beginning to see a lot of slowdown in both Europe, North America. China doesn't seem to improve. So we expect a slowdown on the top line for the next 2 quarters, and I think after that things will start improving.
Mr. Kalyani, I was just also asking you, how about the different segments? I know you broadly given a broadcast of what or forecast order of next 2 quarters are going to do, but automotive, non-automotive, I'm guessing automotive hasn't done well. How about the non-automotive business?
Even the non-automotive, large part of our non-automotive business is outside India.
Okay.
And it's largely related to companies making their capex and investment decisions. And I think many of them are on hold because of the whole political situations in every continent.
Okay. Just a small micro, Mr. Kalyani, if you can give me that update. In your North American subsidiary, if I'm not wrong, there has been a provision of 26 crores for the erosion of net worth of the subsidiary.
Yes.
Could you share some light on that?
That's the losses that we have incurred, which have already gone through our balance sheet.
Okay.
So this is the impairment charges that we have taken to reflect the correct value of our subsidiary.
And would this be I'm guessing this...
This is the last one, so this is the end of it.
Okay, great.
So there would not be any extraordinaries or adjustments on account of the subsidiary?
No. This is the end of that.
Okay. Lastly, Mr. Kalyani, I remember speaking to you when you first set foot on the Chinese soil. This was many years ago. How has it been this time around? Because everybody's talking about how the Chinese auto market is soft and that is impacting their businesses.
Yeah, it's been a very, very difficult year for us. We are more engaged in China on the commercial vehicle side, and the CV business has seen almost 40% drop in volume, and we are not seeing anything that will show an upturn. And I think when the new Chinese policymakers come into place, which is likely to happen in the next couple of weeks, then only I think you will start seeing the new stimulus packages, etc., which will, I think, boost the industry once again.
But
so it is at least, my guess is at least another 2 quarters of softness.
I'm guessing, just looking at how the performance has been for most people, their utilization levels would be sub 50%.
Yes.
Do they stay that way?
Yes, I think so.
Even for the quarters to come? What is it that
I think for the next 2 quarters.
So you're basically saying that FY13 is pretty much going to be defined by slowdown and margin pressure. It's just FY14 starting onwards that we're going to be seeing an uptick or reversal in the cycle?
I think FY14 you will start seeing an uptick, certainly.
First quarter itself?
Yeah.
Great, Mr. Kalyani. Good having you. Thanks so much for taking the time out and joining us and giving us that perspective. Well, that's the largest auto component company speaking in no uncertain terms about how there has been difficulty this quarter and how there in all probability would be difficulties in the next 2 quarters ahead as well. Well, I guess pretty much sums up the mood for what some of the other auto companies would be facing as well.